Yo, how's it going, guys? We're going to be covering CryptoBoutique today, and this is a paid promotional video, so shoutouts to their team for helping and supporting the channel. They do have 5,555 NFTs going for 50 ADA a piece, and their mint is currently still open. Alright, so now I'm going to go over their team a little bit, and I find it pretty interesting because Richie is actually a taxi driver, and he was driving around an ex-soldier one day, and this dude had taken out a big loan, he bought a bunch of Cardano with it, and it paid off pretty great. So after talking with this guy, he bought a bunch of ADA, and he got really into it, and he spoke with Zach, and he got Zach super into it. And then Zach spoke with Tony and got Tony super into it. So I just find it really unique how people kind of connect like that. They are all doxed, and here's a picture of all of them together. They also have their own YouTube channel. They have their own website, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, you name it. They got it. The whole concept of CryptoBoutique was to have the first Cardano family on the blockchain. This is why they created their family of 5, which they have a dad called Cosmo, mom Ada, daughter Luna, son Mars, and dog Orbit. They have some lore with their characters as well. It says they all reside on Moon Lake, which is a suburb of the city of IOHK. Also, to people who hold a full family, you will be airdropped a shop, and these shops will be trading platforms for their holders. They also want to use these NFTs to teach people, so they will be creating their own books, ebooks, and animations, which will teach everything from emails to coding. So before we jump right into their newest collection, let's go over their 101 card. All of these cards have already been minted, but if you do want to buy one off of the secondary market, these are the perks that you can expect. Whitelisted for future project. The free airdrop might have already happened, so you'd have to talk with their team. Same with the free t-shirt, but you will get voting rights and involvement in future drops, special roles and channels on the Discord, exclusive sneak peeks on future drops, random airdrops throughout the year, Discord video calls with the team, and more 101 club holders benefits to be announced later on. It also says right here that on top of all of that, you will be given double royalties on our first drop and will always be rewarded as we go. So this explains it a little bit more. You cannot have 2 of the cards and get double twice. It's not going to work that way. You can only get the benefit once. It also says if you own a family of 5 and the shop of, let's say, a cyborg, and then you also own the family and a shop of the spacesuits, and then you also hold one of the club cards, then they break it down like this. Let's say you have 10,000 ADA, 10 people have the cyborgs, and 5 people have the spacesuits. This means the cyborgs will have 6% of the share, which is 600 ADA, and spacesuits having 10% of the share, which is 1,000 ADA. The wallet holder will get 260, but this is doubled because you have the 101 card, so you'll actually get 520 ADA. Checking out their sneak peeks, this is the Cardanos, and this would be considered a full family. Now, this is the dad, the mom, the kids, and the dog. Now, this one is going to be an alien one. So you would need to find an alien version of all the kids, parents, and dog as well to be considered a full family. Same with the astronaut suits. And so you can see right here, that's the full astronaut family. If you are one of the lucky ones who hold the full astronaut family, this will be the astronaut shop that is airdropped to you. They also have some examples of how they will teach their classes, but this is more so a comic style than an animation. However, they will be turning these into animations, but maybe they also keep it in this comic style as well. We'll wrap up these sneak peeks here with this Medusa child and this devil dog. Also, every species has its own shop. These humans right here, which is the most common, have this shop. The zombies, which are uncommon, have this one. The cyborgs have this one. The aliens have this one, and I've already shown you guys the spacesuit. Some other things to note about this project are that these guys host a weekly Twitter space. I'm not sure if everybody knows, but Twitter spaces are extremely important for the community, as it's just a place that you can go and you can actually talk to the developers, and talking to anybody a part of the team always makes me feel more confident that they're not just here to take my money, they actually do care about their people. And it's even more apparent with this next paragraph where they say, we have started to host Cardano, CNFT, and Chill, which is a monthly meetup for anybody in the Cardano world. These are generally held in London, but we are looking to go national. We have met some great people and made some very good connections. So now we're going to go check out their website, and if you are interested in minting these, one of the very first buttons on the homepage is this minting button. You just go ahead, you click on it, and you'll be brought to a page where you can buy one of these NFTs for 50 ADA. If you do want to buy 5, then you click on this link over here to buy 5 tokens. Click here and it will bring you over and it'll say buy 5 for 250 ADA. This is a collection of 5,555, so if you do want to get into this project, there are plenty left to mint. However, the floor is 35 ADA, so if you do want to pick one up for under mint price, that is also an option. Just scrolling down the rest of their website, we will get to their roadmap, which they have already completed Q1 and Q2, so now they will be working on their 3D shop airdrop and the development of learning materials. And they will have future development in Q4 that is unreleased at this moment. They also have their own lore, and I'm going to paraphrase it to save some time. So there's this town called Moon Lake, and it sits next to the major city of IOHK, and because it's so close to the major city, there's a lot of congestion in the network, and they need a solution around this. And there was this one family who had a passion for crypto and NFTs, so they opened up a shop in the middle of the town. So they wanted to create high quality NFTs and sell them, but the congestion was so bad that they decided to open up their own node and sell it directly in the store to save on time. But while they're going through this building stage in their life, they were also teaching their kids, and their kids had a passion and wanted to teach their schoolmates. The kids were very eager to open up the shop and start minting right away, but their dad reminded them that they must test first. Their very first test NFT was going to be of their dog Orbit, so they pressed the button and they waited. The machine immediately went wrong. It started making a bunch of crazy noises. Cosmo freaked out, he flipped the switch, there was no effect, and they were then formed into this bubble surrounding them. And then the bubble started breaking them down on a molecular level and then spit out a version of them. But it wasn't an exact copy, it was actually aliens and these spacesuits and these other NFTs that we've talked about with the rarities. So everything then goes to black. Cosmo finally wakes up to Orbit licking his face, and he starts freaking out looking for his family, and they are nowhere to be found. So he's freaking out, determined to find his family. He busts out of the shop. He realizes the shop has been absolutely destroyed. The town is now black from a power outage, and he goes home to find that his family is also not there. So now he's walking through the town. There's a bunch of buildings that were there that weren't there. Some of them look different than what he remembers, and nobody is in sight. He then stumbles upon a decaying building, and Orbit runs in and starts barking. So he follows Orbit in, sees him laying on his back, and then a hand reaches out that's zombified and starts petting Orbit. And he's freaking out. He thinks that this hand might hurt Orbit. So he's going to rush forward, and then he's stopped by somebody behind him, and they're holding him tight. So he's also starting to freak out, but then he realizes that it's his wife. And when he finally remembers, oh crap, maybe my dog's in trouble, he looks over and he sees that the zombie is petting Orbit, and he's completely fine. Then the rest of the zombie family comes out of the shadows, and he is just absolutely mind blown. So after speaking with his wife, he realized that he needs to go find the rest of the kids, have them meet back up at the shop, and try to fix the machine. So he walks out of the building and he sees a light shoot up into the sky. So he thinks to himself, okay, somebody figured out how to get the power back on. Let's go follow it. They then spot an old industrial building and decide to head inside. While inside the building, he looks up and he sees a window, and through the window is his son, Mars, frantically typing on a computer. But he can't hear him, so he has to go up and investigate. After he opens up the door to find his son, he realizes that there's a cyborg dog with his son. And the dog starts barking. The son has to calm him down, gives his dad a hug, and then tells him that there's a cyborg version of his family in the factory trying to get the power back on. Next up, a walkie-talkie goes off, and it's actually the other Mars saying, "Hey Mars, this is Mars. Turn the power back on, we think we're good to go." So he flips the switch, and they realize that all the power turns back on in the city. So after that, he sends the cyborg family to go meet up with the zombie family back at the boutique, and he continues on his journey to find his daughter. So while he's looking for his daughter, a giant spaceship appears above him, a beam of light shoots down, and now he's slowly floating up into the spaceship. As he enters the spaceship, you already know who he's greeted by, but an alien version of himself. At first, he can't understand a word this dude is saying, so he hands him this little earpiece. He plugs the earpiece in, and now somehow, miraculously, he can understand what he's saying. So now he's being walked through the spaceship with this other version of Cosmo, and then Cosmo blasts him off into a different alternate dimension and shows him this alternate reality of worlds. And he says this world is just one of the worlds that you have opened using your minting. They then pass through a bunch of other worlds, and this other Cosmo is explaining all these different worlds to him, such as these cats that have rocket ships, these lurkers, and many other Cardano favorites. And it's been 3 days since they've been gone, so now he's returning back to his world, and he's really hoping that his daughter got home safely. And now we're on their next chapter, which is chapter 5, and this is actually from the perspective of Luna, the daughter. And she wakes up in what appears to be her room, but slightly different, and a door opens up that's kind of mechanical, and out comes another version of herself, but she's wearing a spacesuit. So she's let out of her room by her doppelganger, and then she meets her family, kind of. It's the other family, and they say that they're going to go check out the disturbance, which is in Moon Lake where her family is, but they need to wait on a ship to be repaired. So then the ship is repaired, they go back, they find the land, she finally lands, she's met up with a bunch of families, she's freaked out that they're zombies and stuff, but they all run up to her, they hug her, and they fill her in on what's happening. Then basically all the families chipped in to make the town what it was before, if not better, and they also fixed the minting machine. So now they have their new grand opening, and they go and they press the button one more time. And that's it. You'll have to chip in next time to see what happens. But that's everything that I wanted to cover for Crypto Boutique. I really appreciate you guys for watching, and if any of this content helped you, please give me a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. Remember to get outside, see your family, see your friends. We're here to make more money so we can spend more time with them. Till next time, guys. Peace.
I get it like a G, but it never came easy. You got me coughing up a lung, I wish I rap like Wheezy. I keep my pace, so I'm sorry that I'm breezy. Keep my sneaks laced, cause I can't afford Yeezys. I don't want the gold, give me BTC. Y'all be acting crazy.